Hello everybody, it's Jifa here, back again playing Mobile Legends. I'm really sorry for not having an upload last week. My AirPlay software from my phone to my computer is having a bit of a fritz. But everything seems fine now. And today we'll be playing Kagura. She's a mobile mage, and I hope you guys enjoy her. I'll tell you a bit more about her after the game once you get to see how she looks and how she plays. I have no idea why I keep playing all these initiator types. Honestly, I think I just like the role, but I will play some assassins or maybe just some flat out damage dealers in the future. I'm not sure if I want to play a marksman because they can be a bit boring to watch, but hey, that's just me. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so the character I'm using here is Kagura. She's a very mobile mage. In terms of burst damage, her burst damage is actually quite low, but what she is able to do is that she's able to harass quite effectively because she's got excellent range and mobility. So often items you can consider would be that burning wand that applies a damage over time to anyone who's hit by your abilities. But over here, I'm going to go for something that's a bit more survivable so I can go in and go out quite reliably. And of course, simply because she depends on that mobility, you're almost always going to want to make sure that you get cooldown reduction on her. Excuse me. So, she's quite interesting because her abilities differ depending on whether she's holding her umbrella or whether she sends it out. The first skill that I've gotten allows me to throw the umbrella out, and if the umbrella's out, the skill changes to allow me to move the umbrella from where it is to somewhere else within range of me, not within range of the umbrella. So I'm up against Tigrel. I do need to watch out for his dash, but at least I know now that he doesn't have it. Now, if the umbrella ever comes back to me, I do stuns around me, as well as, hold on. As well as get a barrier around myself. Now, the second skill I've gotten allows me to do a pretty long range dash in particular direction, leaving behind the umbrella where I was. It's an excellent ability for getting out of sticky situations, especially because it can allow you to go through terrain. When the umbrella is out, it allows you to teleport to the umbrella. Just like that. I would not recommend that. So early on, I'm going for survivability. And of course, if you move too far away from your umbrella, it'll come back to you, and of course you'll get the stun and barrier. Now, it's important to realize that throwing out your umbrella isn't always a good thing, because if you throw out your umbrella and enemies go in on you, and the umbrella is not in a good space, you have to run quite far away before the umbrella returns. Which means you won't get access to things like this dash move when you might really need it to get away. Okay. Her ultimate, umbrella with you, does damage around you and slows people. Umbrella away from you creates this laser between you and the umbrella. Again, great for poking, but you need to be careful. Now I do need to watch out, so I'm going to hold on to my umbrella. As you can see, that's why you don't always want the umbrella out. If I had the umbrella far away, I wouldn't have had access to the dash. So now I've gotten him to use his ultimate, and I'm just going to back off. So one thing you'll notice is that even though I'm hitting him with so many spells, I'm not actually anywhere close to killing him. Kagura doesn't do a lot of burst damage. So in many ways, she doesn't really seem to fit into the meta where characters like Roger and Aurora are really popular. Even Gord does damage faster than her. So, but what she does bring to a team fight is that amazing amount of harass and utility, as well as the fact that she can go in and get out way more reliably than anyone else. So again, because I'm underneath the tower, I'm gonna hold on to my umbrella. So in this regard, it's not necessarily a bad idea for me to get items like, oh shit. That was a waste, girl. It's not exactly a bad idea for me to consider items like, well, I revealed myself. I actually forgot what I was about to say. Never mind. Oh wait, I know. There's a particular item that allows you to apply your ability power to your auto attacks. It's not necessarily a bad idea for her to get it, because she does rely on her auto attacks quite a bit. I mean, the two marksmen have decided to contest this against me, so I'm actually okay with this. And of course, I need to make sure that the next item they're recommending is this one. Cooldown reduction and mana regeneration are unsurprisingly really popular. I think it was a bit of an overreaction for me to blow my flicker like that. But as you can see, I'm doing a pretty decent job of harassing everyone. Also, the umbrella does give vision, so don't hesitate to throw it out into bushes. And there we go. I'm gonna back off for a bit. Oh no, my regen's almost up. I think I can stay. But I'm not going to get rid of my dash just yet. Nope. I don't know. Some people I've met have actually said playing Kagura is just making your life difficult for no real benefit. She doesn't die, but she doesn't actually kill anyone, and so your game just goes on forever. Cool. I mean, I'm pretty happy. I actually soloed the Mia, but then again, she wasn't doing anything, so I guess it doesn't count. But you know what? Wow, that Gord is getting farmed. Gord is actually one of those heroes I think a lot of people really underestimate. He's not... I mean, he's not some high damage, bursty little nutjob like, say, Aurora. But he outputs a very consistent high amount of damage if the team is ever caught out of position. Our turret is under attack. Okay. So, As you can see, even though I got pretty decent combo in on him, I'm actually in no position to fight him. Okay, carry did it. I'll take that. Even though I don't even get an assist for it. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. So now I'm throwing out my umbrella there because I'm actually pretty confident in this positioning. Huh. Look at what we have there. And there is the amazing mobility that this character has. Holy shucks. That was so scary. I do have to back off though. I've got like no health. So the next item after this will be the Winter Trenching. The reason why I want this is to have the armor buff. I did get the mana regeneration token that I'll later use for the Frost Wand, but don't stand in Gord's shit, please. Okay, let's check the bush. That's clear. Oh, that was a good poke. Damn it, I was too far away from my ult. Okay. But my team actually just cleaned up, so... As you can see, I'm actually kind of in between an initiator right now, and, I'm gonna head back to base and heal it up anyway. I'll go push bot lane. Heal up, not heal it up. The base doesn't need healing. So one of the questions people often have is it possible for Kagura to do high amounts of damage? High amounts, sure, but you're still not gonna out DPS characters like, say, Aurora. At least I don't think so. Oh, poor thing. And the enemy team concedes defeat. Wow. Oh, Kagura. You are annoying to deal with, and you really can bring someone out of position. So there we go. So yeah, this is Kagura, as you can see. That was a really fast game, so I get a bit more time to explain how she works. So you saw she's really mobile, and the barriers can really keep her in the game for quite a while, especially if you're smart enough to bring the barrier back to you so you just walk right into it. Now, she will never really be much of a burst damage dealer if you compare her to, say, Aurora or Gord or Eudora, but she does bring along a very consistent amount of damage, high amounts of mobility, and the very fact of the matter is every time you go into the umbrella or the umbrella comes back to you, you stun the people around you. So if you've got enough survivability to go in, you can actually really be a fantastic initiator because you're stunning things every other second. And if the enemy team doesn't deal with you, then you're just going to be disrupting the fight so damn well. And you actually have a lot of escape mechanisms. So that's what Aurora brings to the table. Now, is it possible to deal a bit more damage with her but still remain safe? Yes, definitely. There's that one item that applies the damage over time whenever your abilities hit the enemy. That's a big item if you want to focus a bit more on damage. Of course, you could go for the Holy Crystal, which gives a much better magic percentage ability power boost. But I go for that Clock Wand, simply because it gives me health and actually gives me a lot of health. That's one of the main selling points we're getting. So yeah. I am, of course, open to recommendations because I have just started playing Kagura. I have been reading online what people say, but I think a lot of it came out, a lot of the discussions in terms of her damage output was back when items were slightly different, and the current versions of items don't really allow her to be as bursty as she may have used to be. So yeah. But hey, if you disagree with anything I said, please do leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll also have a link to my Facebook page in the description, so please go ahead and like it there. I put a lot of bloopers and short clips and footage over there. And lastly, leave a like, share the video, and subscribe. It'll do me a huge favor. So, until next time, bye guys!